Could never play so. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. How fit to be the boss, let me find.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and our home team. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
On the set. 5, 6. Hey, come on now, come on now. Let's go.
On first down, Prince. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
60 or. Recon, 132 fighter. Get it.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. And boy, that one drops incomplete. But if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout. And that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line.
At their own 11-yard line.
Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 11.
Hey, you got 3, you got 3. 3 down. Chance.
On 1st and 10, here's Lock. And that's complete to Cooks. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say, 200 plus?
Check 3. Whip. Watch the whip. Check 4.
Right back to him on 1st down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That's how we do, D.
Nice job by the defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Single. General West.
On 2nd down, here's Locke. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And the magnitude of this game, everybody knows it. The fans, obviously the players and coaches, there's just with them a palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
Win and you're in. And I think every player wants that. I think every coach wants that. I haven't been an organization yet that wants to be in a game where
under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Being chased out left. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Don't get nervous. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creep. On travel. Safety's creeping. Hey, orbit. Sit up. Watch 2. Watch 2. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. 2. Go. Ready.
Back to throw here. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Check. Lucky. Go.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the... Fourth down play to result in 23 yards.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
We go. 90 Wolf. 65. 65. Get it.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Got a man open. It's Ross. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down at will.
60 outlaw. They can't hang with us. Check, 6-6, pull it high. Shoot.
They'll run on first down. Prince, and he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 25th touchdown, tying him at Smith for the 5th most in one season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. On 3rd and long, it's locked. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Taken in at the 22. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
Brandon, guys do whatever it takes to have fresh legs late in the season nowadays, don't they? How about him last week? NFC Player of the Week for his performance.
Probably means a little bit more to him later in the year, doesn't it, because of what you just said, the fatigue for a running back throughout the season.
Shows the off-season training and the endurance that he created in order to have that type of a game this late in the season.
Protein spill. Hey, Delta. Come.
Now back to throw. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And this will be taken at the 13. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, Everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now they'll run it on the toss. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So now it's 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs. Throwing his lock on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
Let's go. First down and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. They'll look to throw here on first down. Open man is Ross, complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 13 yards, and it keeps the drive moving.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
It's 2nd and 8.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
Hey, exit.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, Sam off. Don't be scared of it. Watch the ship. Now. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Kill. Five.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and inches.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. This is 1st and goal from about the 8.
Watch the air. 2 jet bombers. 2 jet bombers.
Now to the air. Rock. This will be caught at about the 6. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there. Touchdown number 18 on the year as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
He's going to air one out. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. And they'll try the jet sweep here. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Here we go, here we go. 10-2 stop. Come on. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Hit it.
On 3rd down. Prince, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
At the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27. I don't even know why his team showed up. Check, check. Bam, bam. Leo, Leo.
Now a handoff here to his running back. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now they'll run it on the toss. He'll have a first down past the 40. And cuts out right sideline. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. A huge play there for Denver. Give him 42 yards on the ground.
First down, Denver.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
He's who draw quarter. Snap.
And to give this time to the tailback. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Go team, Spill. 52, hey, high 7.
Clock now to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 23, the 40. He's at the 30, 10. And he will have a touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Clock now on first down. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. To throw in his lock. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case, because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. So from their own 20 all the way to the red zone now. A chance to capitalize on 1st and 10. And now a carry here for their fullback. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And there's the pickup you want on 1st down. All offenses say, you get me 4 on 1st down, we'll take it. How about if you get 5? They'll really be happy.
Here we go, here we go. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. He's coming. Double up, double up.
They'll try and run with their fullback. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to face a 3rd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Hey.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Check out route. Hot. You go take. Squeeze. You here.
Now a give right side. Prince. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They come up in an offset eye. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Point after, up and good. And it's now 21-7. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give them a lot of confidence to help turn things around. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Locke. And this would have been returned to right around the 38-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Prince. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos 30. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
He'll drop to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 22-yard line.
Ready? 15, line it. 15 line.
I'm here all day. Switch.
80 weapon.
Check 25.
Gone.
Check.
And they're going to go jet sweep here. This is Ross with it. He's got the first down inside the 10. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. No problem there on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Lock to throw on 2nd down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Lock to throw on 3rd and 1. He's going to let it fly. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Here's Locke. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Brandon Cooks, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos get a bit closer. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for, but it's going to be 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And shutting him off, now open field. 20. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
The extra point up and good, but this one was decided anyway, as that will be the final action in this ball game. So we had action to the very end of this one, the score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and you know some coaches preach that and tell their teams, that's what I want all the time, and they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for the home team here, they'll hit double digits with their 10th win of the year.
Up this magic with the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm